Yeah, good morning to you all. So, welcome to one more class of our radiation heat transfer. So, let's just revise what exactly we have seen in the previous classes. Okay. Now, see what exactly I have stopped in the last class is we have discussed all the laws, everything. Then we have started something called as concept called as shape factor. Concept called as shape factor. I'll show you once again. I'll tell you what is the shape factor. Then we have discussed whenever there are two black surfaces, how the radiation heat transfer happens between two black surfaces. Now we know what is the specialty of black surfaces. Whenever two black surfaces is there, what I will consider only the direct radiation which is falling from one surface to other surface, and I'll be finding out the net radiation heat transfer in one way. Okay, so for black surfaces, I need to find out only the shape factor or view factor from the charts or diagrams for the given orientation of surfaces. So that once you find out the shape factor, I can straight away find out what is the net radiation heat transfer using your Stefan Boltzmann law. Okay, so that's what we discussed in the last class. Okay, now today's class, what we'll plan. So we have some more problems based on radiation heat transfer between two black surfaces. Now I'll tell you very important concept which is called as a network concept. That means the entire radiation problems between the two surfaces, either the black surfaces or non-black surfaces, can be easily reduced to a electrical network. Okay, so that can be done, and that we can solve some problems based on how to reduce that to the electrical network, and those problems can be solved based on the orientation or whatever the thing, suppose two parallel rectangles or perpendicular rectangles, etc. Then finally we'll go for something called as heat transfer between two non-black surfaces. So how it's different? So black surfaces, non-black surfaces, what is the basic difference? We'll see uh, today's class, right? Now now just see what exactly we discussed in the last class. So hope you remember. Hope you remember, right? So just I'll go through once again. Yeah. Now this is what we discussed, right? So some cases of problems. Okay. So to start with, we have discussed something called a shape factor or view factor, configuration factor, which is direct radiation from one to surface 2 by total radiation emitting from the surface 2, where F12 is called as shape factor. F12 is called as shape factor. How to find out Q12? How to find out Q21? Already we have no to find out like this. What I am showing here. What I am showing here. So let me just take some. Yeah. Right. So this is the formula available. Now Q12 net is A1 F12. So this is the thing. Suppose assume that both are at the same temperature, then obviously we'll be getting the something called as a reciprocity theorem, which is A1 F12 is equals to A2 F21. And some are the examples, some problems where I can find out the heat transfer. This particular chart gives you, that is the heat transfer between the two black surfaces. The two surfaces are two rectangles. So one is one rectangle, two is one more rectangle, and how to find out the radiation heat transfer Q122 or Q21, anything goes. So Q12, and I can find out the shape factor first based upon the dimension. X is there, Y is there, L is there. So what is X by L I will find out, and what is Y by L I can find out, and by this particular graph, I can find out straight away what is shape factor F12. Suppose my surfaces are two coaxial disks, two coaxial plates or coaxial disks. Assume that some cylinder, we'll go for that problem. So there is some cylinder. Okay, so then what happens? One is the bottom surface of the cylinder, two is the top surface of the cylinder, and obviously you have the what called as the surface which is rounding. Okay, so that's a cylinder. Suppose instead of cylinder you have two coaxial discs, which R1 is the radius here, R2 is the radius. Sometimes it may be a two different radius, or sometimes it will be a, so cylinder means both will be of the same radius. In that case, how to find out the shape factor? So 1 to 2 is the where I have to find out the radiation heat transfer. Now first I can find out what is L by R1, where L is the length. Well, L is the length of the cylinder or length of space between the two discs. Then I can find out what is R2 by L. You can see here I'm showing. So I assume that my L by R1 is 1. Then I assume that my what called as yeah, R2 by L is 1. So 1 and 1. We'll just take the shape factor as 0.5. 0.5. Okay, so that's how I can find out. And by keeping in a formula, I can find out what is the radiation heat transfer Q12, net heat exchange from 1 to 2 whenever we have two coaxial disks. Okay, so like that we have a lot of examples where I can find out. So it's okay. So that's how. So this new now what is this chart? You can see there are two surfaces which are perpendicular rectangles, which are perpendicular rectangles. So one is two, both are perpendicular with x, y, z is the three dimensions. Now if I know what is z by x, if I know y by x, so everything available in your data book, I will show you that once again. So then using that, first find out z by x, then y by x, both you will take, assume that 1.6. So 1.6, then it will be around 0.26 or something. Okay, so that's the how I can find out the shape factor, where y-axis is the shape factor. So this is for perpendicular rectangles, perpendicular rectangles. Okay, now you just remember, yeah, this is one thing, that is A1 F12 equal to A2 F21, that is called as reciprocity theorem. Then one more thing, you just remember, suppose this is the surface 1, this is two surfaces A3, A4. So I know only one perpendicular surface, but here two surfaces are joined with the A3 and A4 areas. Now how to find out in this case means, now I'll assume this entire A3 plus A4 surface as A1. Now I have to assume that A1 is A3 plus A4, A3 plus A4. So this entire thing will be considered as one area, but it's combination of A3 plus A4. So what I need to find out, one thing is from A2 to A3, it is one perpendicular rectangle. Then I have to find out from A2 to A4, but it's not actually connected, because A2, A3 is connected by the common edge, but A2, A4 is not connected by the common edge. Okay, so that sort of problems we'll just find it out. Okay, right. So this is the one more example, or the orientation of the surfaces. Right, now just go for one problem. Okay, so this particular thing I'll be discussing afterwards using the summation rule, all those things. I'll just go for one simple thing already I discussed previously. Right. Yeah, this is what I mean here. So they'll be asking the heat transfer between the two surfaces, that is two disks here, 1 to 3 as well as 1 to 2. So 1 to 3, it's like a coaxial disc, and 1 to 3, 1 to 2 is this is a different sort of arrangement. So if I want to find out the shape factor for this particular problem here, so just I'll show you the solution. You can understand easily. Now see, so first I'll find out what is L by R1 as well as R3 by L. So for the coaxial disks. So from this I can find out, suppose I need to find out what is the shape factor 1 to 3. That is a two coaxial disks, what is the shape factor. So using that coaxial disk chart, I can find out what is the shape factor F1 to 3. So 1 to 3 is nothing but here two disks. 1 to 3 is nothing but between 1 to 3. It's a two axial disc. Okay. Now that I use that particular coaxial disk chart, and I find out what is the value of shape factor. It is given as how much? Yeah, from the chart. So this is what I got from the chart. So that value is 0.17. Now we need to find out 1, 2, but 1 and 2 is or 1, 3, 2. So 1 and 2 is like a surface, 1 to 2 will be like this. So one is a bottom surface like a circle, and the other one is the surface which is like a rectangle. So what happens here? You just see one more parameter or one more formula. We have three surfaces, 1, 2, 3. Then this is called as summation rule. That is F11. That is a radiation heat transfer to itself, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. So 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. So just let me explain clearly. Just you see, suppose this is my cylinder. Okay, okay. So this is my cylinder here, right? So this is 1, this is 3, and this surface is 2. Now what is happening here? 1 to 3, it's very easy. I can find it out. 1 to 3, I can easily find it out because it is coaxial disk. Okay. Now, how to find out 1 to 2? For this, I have a summation rule, that is F11. So, radiation heat transfer to itself plus F12, F13. So, this particular radiation which is going from 1, it may fall on 1, it may fall on 2, it may fall on 3. So, from 1, it goes to 1. Obviously, 1 to 1 will assume it as 0 because the radiation heat transfer to itself is almost 0. So this is what I have shown here. 1. So see in this diagram, 1 to 3 I can find out that value is 0.17. But we have summation rule which says that radiation from 1 to 1 plus 1 to 2 plus 1 to 3 is totally is equals to 1, equal to 1. Now, sir, what is the radiation to 1 itself? We'll assume that because the surface 1 can't see itself, because you have two surfaces opposite, they can see each other, like 1 and 3 radiation possibility, 1 to 2 radiation possible. But what about 1 to 1 itself? We'll assume it as 0. Now this, remember this summation rule, F11 plus F12 plus F13 is equals to 1. So F13 already have found out what is 0.17. Then what is F11? It is a 0. So what is left to find out is F1 to 2, F1 to 2. That is, apply summation rule, get that. So F12 is how much? 0.83. That is 1 minus F13. Okay. So this is 0.83. Now, how to find out F2 to 1? Because 1 to 3 I have found out, 1 to 2 I have found out. Okay, so 1 to 3, 3 to 1, both way, one way heat transfer. That already did. At 1 to 2 I find out, but how to find it 2 to 1? That is F21, how I can find out? I know what is A1, that is first surface area, so second surface area. So, okay, so what I'll do now, how to find a 2 to 1 radiation? I'll apply something called as a reciprocity theorem. So A2 F21 equal to A1 F12. Okay, so what is area A2 F21? What is area A2? A2 is nothing but it's like a perimeter pi d into L, surface area. Surface area. So 2 is like a surface. So A2 is given by pi dl. And what is A1 or A3? It is a cross sectional, that's a pi by 4 d square. Okay. Now how to find out F21? So A2 F21 equal to A1 F12. That's the formula I know. I know A1 is pi by 4 d square. A2 is pi dl. Pi dl is surface area for this particular cylinder. Okay. And pi d square by 4 is, that's a cross section area. So from this I can find out, and F12 already I found out from this summation rule. So finally, what is F2 to 1? It's around 0.21. So assume that uh, this is what 0.21. That's what we'll get. And I assume that if they have given the diameter is equals to length, then obviously you will find out the formula as 0.21 is the answer for F21. So I have found out radiation from 1 to 3, 3 to 1 or 1 to 3, both are same, and 1 to 2 and 2 to 1. So all the shape factors for this particular cylinder we have found out. Okay. So just to go for one more problem. right? Yes, so this is what I discussed last class, right? So Qij net is given by F12 or F21, A1 and sigma B T1 power 4, T2 power 4. Okay. Now what happens here? We just want to find out what is 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. So now we see 1 to 2 is like a two parallel rectangles, and 1 to 3 is like we have perpendicular rectangles. Perpendicular rectangles. Now, as I said, previous charts which shows you how to find out shape factor for perpendicular rectangles as well as parallel rectangles, you can find out separately. Now I can find out straight away. So 1 to 2, you just see x by L, y by L, like what I have told already. Okay, so that I can find out. So Q12 net is this one, and 1 to 3 is perpendicular surface. So using the perpendicular surfaces chart, I can find out what is Q13. First, I can find out F13, and Q13 is like this. Okay, so this is how I can find out what is known as the heat transfer between the two black surfaces. Okay, so one more example I just take. Now I have a problem like this. I have a problem like this. Okay, so let me just see what is asking. Find the shape factor F12. Now see here, the 1 is here, 2 is here. But you can see the 1 and 2, they are not at all connected. They are not at all connected. Assume that this is not connected at all. Now you have a chart. I'll just show you that chart. Yeah, you can able to see here. So this is the thing which is from your data book, which actually shows you how to find out the shape factor whenever you have a perpendicular rectangles. You have table or chart. You have table or chart. So using both, you can find out. Okay, so if I just go for a chart here, so it will be like this. Yeah. So these are the perpendicular rectangles. Now you see, this is the thing. Yes. So this is the perpendicular rectangles. How to find out the perpendicular rectangles? How to find out the what is called as shape factor F12. So this is how I can find out F12. So provided if I know what is L1 by B or y by x, whatever thing given. Next, here it is a x-axis, there is something. So that thing if I find out, so that I'll take it off. See, Z is L2 by B, 1 is L1 by B. These things will be there in the charts, and y-axis will be like a shape factor. So I can find out the part. So what is this one? This is two rectangles with a common edge, with a common edge. Now, if it's like this, very easily I can find out. Like your room, you have top surface, top surface as well as bottom surface. Okay, there is ceiling. You have ceiling, you have ground, and all the walls can be assumed as a so wall and the what you call as a ground will be assumed as the two perpendicular rectangles, and you have ceiling as well as the ground will be assumed as a parallel rectangles. Okay, so that what we have shown the previous problem, which is like a room-like thing. Okay, now this is perpendicular rectangles with a common edge. You see a common edge. I'm showing it highlighter. Now come back to the our problem here. Now you see in this problem, in this problem. So how this problem is different? You just can you able to assess here? Now see shape factor from 1 to 2. So 1 to 2. 1 to 2, I have to find out shape factor. There's a hatched question. So you see the 1 and 2 is not at all connected. Suppose 1 and 2 is connected, then obviously straight away I can go for a chart. I can find out the shape factor. But 1 and 2 is not at all connected here. So I am asking to find out what is shape factor from 1 to 2. Okay, so the areas A1, A2 are perpendicular, but do not share the common edge. Do not share the common edge. In that case, how to solve the problem? Now, what I'll do, so in this case, you have A2, A4, A3, A1. There are four things. Now what happens? This entire A4 plus A2, I'll assume it as A6. Okay, so you see here, A6 is given by A2 plus A4. Now the entire A1 plus A3 totally, it's assume it as A5. So A5 area is given by A5 area is given by A1 plus A3, A1 plus A3. Okay, able to understand here? So A1 plus A3. Now what happens? How I can find out the solution for this 1 to 2 will be like this. Very simple. You see here, if I take A6, the total rectangle, what is the height here? 1 plus 1. And what is the width here? Again 1. So 2 and 1, that is the area for A6. And what about A5? 1 into 1 plus 1, 2. 2 into 1 for this rectangle. Now what I'll do now, first I'll go for what is the heat transfer from A5, that is total A5 I consider, which consists of A1 and A3. From this it goes and fall to the 6. That is your A5 F5 6. What is that? A5 F5. So A5, so from surface A5, it's go and fall to the 6. So A5 F5 6 can be given as two things. That is, one A5 is going to 6 means there are A5 consists of two surfaces. That is A1 and A3. So what I'll write down, A1 to F16, where 6 is completely this one. So A1 F16 plus A3 to F36. Understood? So A1 to F. So what is the A1 is the from A1 surface. What is the shape factor? From 1 to 6 it's going to follow. Actually fell on that. So what is 6 here? This surface, entire surface. So I'll be just taking the combination. So next I'll take, because A5 to 6 I'm considering. I'll just give you time after the discussion. We'll solve the question. Now what happens here? So 1 to 6, then 3 to 6. So A1 F16 plus A3 F36, that is given by A5 F56. Now what I'll do, A1 F16 again, I can write down, because A1 F16 again I can write it down as A1. So A6 consists of two things, that is A4 and A2. So 1 to 4, 1 to 2. See here, A1 F16 I can write it down A1 F14 plus A1 F12. 1 to 4, 1 to 2. Because A1 F16 here I write in terms of two areas, 1 to 4, 1 to 2. That's what I have written. Plus, I kept this A3, F36 as it is. So why you are doing all these things means, finally what I required is 1, 2, F12, F12. Now you see here, I just had A1, F14 as well as A1, F12 plus A3, F36. Now, this is the very important step here. Now I kept F3, F36 like that only, F1, F12 like that only. Now A1, F14, that is from A1 to 1 to 4. A1 from F1 to 4 can be written as like this. I'll take this like this. A5, A5, F5 to 4. So A5 here from 5 to 4 minus A3, F3 to 4. What you'll get? So from A5, from 5 to 4 minus A3, 3 to 4. What we'll get is 1 to 4. So this particular A1, F14, I can write down like this. Okay. Now what I'll do, I just rearrange this, keep this particular A1, F12 this side. I'll send all the things here. Now what you observe in this particular case here, you see here, A5, F56, how is that areas? Now you see A5 is one rectangle. A5 is one rectangle. A5 is one rectangle here. Okay. And what is F5 to 6? So 5 to 6. Now see, A5, A6, both are perpendicular rectangles. With 1, 2 into 1 is one area, and 1 into 2 is one more area. So I can find out easily what is F5, 6. Then what about F3 to 4? See, 3 to 4, there are smaller rectangles with 1, 1, 1, 1. So 3 to 4, again, it's a perpendicular rectangle. I can find out from the charts what is the shape factor. So I can find out F3, 4. Then what about F5 to 4? See, 5 is this big rectangle and 4 is this small rectangle. Again, it's having a common edge. So again, it's a perpendicular rectangles. So I can find out F5, 4 also easily. And what about F3, 6? So from 3 to 6. So 3 to 6. So this is the vertical big rectangle, a small rectangle. Again, it's a perpendicular rectangle. So I can find out F36, F54, F34, F56 using the tables or charts. Then finally, I'll be left only with F12, which is not at all connected with the common edge. I can find out the value of that particular problem. Okay, now see here, the same thing. These values I have taken from the chart or table where 56, F56, okay, F36, F54, F36 are given by 0.15, 0.2, 0.1, 0.2. F is just everything you keep in that formula. And finally, I'll be getting the shape factor from 1 to 2. It says around 0.04, 0.04. I hope you understood and just solve it once again. Then you can easily find out what this particular concept of shape factor. Okay. So what I did in this problem is, because they are not having a common edge, I just convert this into, yeah, because A2, A4, A3, A1 are the areas what I know. So I just made this as a 4 figures with 4 perpendicular rectangles. Okay. Then finally I find out what is F12. Okay. So definitely you practice once, you will understand how this particular I can find out. Okay. Now same problems is going to repeat in your heat transfer between radiation heat transfer between the two non-black surfaces, because here I don't have emissivity term. Only addition for the non-black surfaces is you have a emissivity term added, and you will be getting the same problems repeated to find out the shape factor. Okay. Now just I'll take one more problem, or I'll just go for in concept. So what we'll see now, we'll assume, yeah, this is very important. So what I'll just take, I'll just stop here. Now we will just have some another 5 minutes. Again, you rejoin. Then I'll explain you what is this electrical network approach, and we'll just see how I can reduce the whatever I have discussed into the simple electrical network problem. And any problem based on the radiation heat transfer can be reduced to the electrical network approach. Okay, and we'll solve some more problems. Okay, so do join maybe after 10 minutes, right? So I'll just now stop here, and we'll join once again after 5 minutes. Okay, thank you.